Greetings and welcome to the Neurotheology YouTube channel's Reasons to Read series. In this episode, I'll be talking about The Body Remembers Volume 2 by Babette Rothschild. Now, Babette Rothschild, she has The Body Remembers Volume 1. This one's newer and more updated, but I recommend both. I recommend her because she is one of the leading experts in terms of helping us better understand our emotions and how they are in our bodies, reside in our bodies. Our feelings, our autonomic nervous system. I have another video on this website about our vagal tone, our vagal nerve, and how that relates to our autonomic nervous system. She talks a lot about our parasympathetic and our sympathetic nervous systems, and there are plenty of other videos out there about that. But our sympathetic nervous system is our fight and flight response. So fear and aggression, but how those relate to our emotions, she talks a lot about in this book. But also our parasympathetic, the more of the rest and digestion system in our bodies, that the more we're aware of that autonomic nervous system that's more involuntary, the better we're going to understand our emotions. A lot of our emotions, sometimes we don't necessarily have a conscious awareness of as much as we could. So in a therapeutic relationship, this is more for therapists, for helpers, but all of us, I think, have so much we can learn from this, that if we're able to take a step back and empower ourselves to better understand our emotions, we can empower others. We can invite others. And she talks about the therapeutic relationship, rapport and trust being first and foremost, that if we can have that trust, people can go to some more difficult places. And that parasympathetic rest and digest, if it is over-actualized, that we can go to a place of lethargy, shame, that we're feeling more down. But in that overstimulated sympathetic, we can go to places of deep fear or aggression. And when we're in those places, we don't have as much access to our prefrontal cortex. So in any conversation, if we feel or see a person, we can see some of those visual indicators of their emotional process, like clenched jaw, clenched fists, some agitation. The more we're aware of other people's emotional responses, our own, the more we can empower one another to help go through some of our more difficult emotions. So one of the reasons I advocate this book is she has a chart in here that really goes through our emotional responses and how they relate to what's happening in our bodies. I would say it's worth buying the book just for this chart. This chart is absolutely brilliant. And it talks about the emotional responses in our body to our various autonomic responses. Absolutely brilliant. So good for therapists, but also any of us. Just in terms of regulating our autonomic nervous system, if you feel yourself getting overwhelmed, just taking a step back and having some deep breaths, our diaphragmatic breathing, some real deep breaths, will stimulate our vagus nerve and stimulate our brain to help us calm down, more access to our prefrontal cortex. There's tons of great information in this book, plenty of reasons to read it, but those are a few for you. I have all sorts of other resources on my website. It's christianneuroscience.com for Christians looking for more information about neuroscience. Also, I have spiritual neuroscience that has more of a secular, academic, but also interfaith perspective with all sorts of other recommendations about neuroscience for you. Thank you for being here. There's a few reasons I recommend Babette Rothschild's book. Have a great day.